You ever feel like you'd rather spend an evening with a cactus than at a packed concert or a crowded party? Well, if you do, it doesn't mean you're broken. It actually means your brain is picking up on something that most people are completely oblivious to. So let's get into why that is.
Right off the bat, I want you to really let this sink in. That feeling you get, that dread, it's not a flaw. It's not a bug in your system. It's a feature. It's just how you're wired. Your brain is playing a totally different game than everyone else's.
Ah, yes, the text. You know this text. You get it, you read it, and your soul just quietly packs a bag and leaves your body. And it's not because you hate your friends or you hate fun. It's because your brain does this instant, super fast calculation and realizes the cost of that amazing vibe is just way, way too high.
So what exactly is it about that vibe that feels so, well, overwhelming? The first reason is that your brain is processing the entire world in a fundamentally different and, frankly, more intense way. Okay, think of it like this. Most people walk into a busy bar, and their brain has this amazing spam filter. It just deletes all the useless information. The clinking glasses, the 10 different conversations, the flashing lights. But your brain? Oh no, your brain doesn't have a spam filter. It has a screenshot button, and it is smashing it over and over and over.
Now, there's a scientific name for this. It's called sensory processing sensitivity. But honestly, this definition says it all, doesn't it? You're experiencing life in 8K IMAX, while pretty much everyone else is just chilling, watching in 480p. Every little detail, you're processing it all at once. And if you're sitting there thinking, oh great, so I'm a total weirdo, you are absolutely not. Turns out 1 in 5 people, a full 20% of the population, shares this exact trait. You're not alone. You're actually part of a pretty big club.
But look, it's not just about sensory overload. There's another layer to this. And this next point completely debunks one of the biggest myths about people who like to keep to themselves.
This is the question, isn't it? It's the one that kind of whispers in the back of your mind when you turn down another invitation. Am I just antisocial? Am I bad with people? And here it is. This is the big aha moment. It's a total game changer when you realize you don't actually hate people at all. What you hate is the performance, the social mask that everybody puts on in a crowd.
So what do I mean by the performance? It means your brain is constantly noticing the gap between what people are saying and what they're actually feeling. You see the forced smile, you hear the hesitation in someone's voice. Your brain is running a constant, real-time translation of all the unspoken stuff. And honestly, it is exhausting.
And get this, science actually backs you up here. This isn't a social problem. It's a sign of social sophistication. A study from Cambridge University found that people who prefer solitude often have higher emotional intelligence. You're not bad at socializing. You're just too good to put up with the fake stuff. Okay, so we've got the sensory stuff and we've got the performance stuff. But there's a third, even deeper reason this all happens, and it has to do with your brain's basic chemistry, what it actually finds rewarding.
So a lot of brains run on dopamine, right? That's the chemical that gives you a buzz from external things like parties and loud music. But your brain? It gets its reward from a different chemical, acetylcholine. That's the internal reward. It gets triggered by things like quiet focus, deep thought, and solitude.
And that is exactly why the things on this list feel so good. This is what truly recharges your battery. It's not that crowds give you zero reward. It's just that your brain's main reward system is designed for a totally different kind of experience.
So when you're just doing nothing, your brain is actually doing its most important work. Neuroscientists have actually found that the brains of introverted people often have thicker gray matter in the part responsible for abstract, complex thought. You're not being lazy, you're deep processing. And that brings us to the final piece of this puzzle. This is the part that makes crowds not just overstimulating, but emotionally, well, completely draining. The reason for this comes down to something called mirror neurons. Now, these are the brain cells that let us feel what other people are feeling, empathy. And if any of this is resonating with you, it's pretty safe to say that your mirror neurons are on steroids.
I mean, this slide just says it perfectly. You walk into a room and you're not just a person, you're an emotional Wi-Fi router. You don't just notice that someone is stressed or anxious or secretly unhappy, you literally download that feeling directly into your own nervous system. It's no wonder you need to recover afterwards.
So, what do we do with all this? Where do we go from here? We stop seeing this as a weakness, and we start understanding it for the incredible strength it really is. You're not running away from life. You're running toward yourself. You know, our culture is obsessed with being loud and busy. It equates that with being happy and successful. But you figured out the secret that most people never learn. Silence isn't empty. It's full. It's where you can actually hear yourself think.
And this is the real takeaway. The next time you choose to have a quiet night in, remember this. Your need for peace isn't you cutting yourself off from the world. It's you setting yourself free to connect with what really matters. So, after all is said and done, which is it? Are you on Team Crowds, totally energized by the buzz of it all? Or are you proudly, and I mean proudly, on Team I'd rather befriend a cactus? There's no right or wrong answer, of course, just a much better understanding of that amazing, complex brain of yours.